You don't want to record my awesome singing voice?
Now you can
Hey,
sing
can we-
it. Do it.
Can we keep
Bust it
chat?
out.
Say it ain't so.
Can we clear
I
chat?
don't know the other
Clear chat?
words.
Ew, I feel like you were trying.
What? Clear chat? What do you want me to clear chat for?
People need to be only talking about the game at this point.
Oh,
Oh.
If we're gonna be singing, it needs to be Tenacious D.
You know they were on that Hot Ones that first week.
Yeah,
of
I
the
watched it. They've just released a new album too.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I thought that
I'm
was.
really concerned that I might have a
interesting.
blowout during this session, guys. I'm just telling you right now.
God dang it! Please turn your mic off if you're gonna go do
As long
that.
as you're handing out blowout.
Just get one of those potty training toilets and stick it on your seat like a booster seat. Good to go.
Or you could be like Eric Cartman in South Park.
Give me the shit bucket!
All right.
Don't have a blowout in front of your son, though, Justin.
Dude,
I hear him.
if he hears it, he's probably gonna be quiet. But if anybody else, like Kevin or Jacob, heard it, they would laugh.
I'll have nightmares.
I would
Okay,
say
I'd
stuff.
like to grab a cerveza before we start real quick. Be right
Okay,
back.
we're about to start. My sister is in the chat room. You can be as naughty as you want to be. She's not paying attention. But she is helping me write the campaign. So, if you don't like something, send her a message and tell her to fuck off. So,
Hey, Jacob's sister. Fuck off a lot.
Thank you.
You said it.
Guys, how many times I gotta say clear chat?
Hey, we are clearing chat. We're talking about. Never mind. That was gonna come out really bad.
why,
Oh my
hello,
God, It's a
Justin.
grill.
She's not playing, so she's just helping write. So,
Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider, yes, very much indeed.
As Eminem said, I got no faith in your writers. I don't believe in ghosts.
I'm back.
Alrighty. Well, let's start. Okay, so you guys had fought a very nasty scarecrow that seemed to jump in and out of existence and terrified, sadistic, so bad that he ran as far away as he possibly could. Um, lore check. You in your time, you probably wouldn't know what this is. You've never heard of scarecrows coming alive and attacking people. So you guys finished the rest of the night. Nothing else happened. Nothing else appeared. You wake up the next morning and begin heading back on, or continue heading down the road to Hedeby to meet the king
Maybe.
to get your money. So,
Money.
is that good with you guys? Can I just continue? Anybody else
Yep.
want to say
Yeah,
anything?
doesn't
Okay.
Money.
I make money moves.
I am going to say, going forward, if we get into an incident like we did in the basement where we want to try to do trickery or we want to try to catch trickery or if we just want to stand there and not do anything, I'm going to start a turn order. We're not going to roll for initiative. It's just basically as people say things, I will make that turn order in that timeline.
Cue 'em up.
So that way everybody will have a chance to be able to do something, and when it is your turn, you can say, I'm not doing anything, I'm just sitting there watching what happens, and it'll skip your turn. So that way everybody can kind of get more involved, because Cotton, you really didn't get to say much last time, and I want you to be involved, and if you want to say something, I want you to have that opportunity to say something. So
It's cool. I'll make up for it when everyone dies.
So okay, so as you guys continue down the road to Hedeby, you it's another really bright and wonderful day. This is about the beginning of springtime. The cold weather is kind of disappearing, um, and as you let me see, should have a handout. Yep. As you crest another hill, you guys can look in your journal. You see a massive city in front of you guys. You guys can see the coastline on the other side of it. The city is gigantic. You guys can also look in your journal and you'll have a map of Hedeby because almost everybody started there.
Looks like Minas Tirith.
And the city is a sprawling place. Many of you guys have spent a little bit of time in Hedeby. Everybody knows that there's a lot of different races that comprise the population of Hedeby. They allow pretty much everybody in there except for like dark dwarves and drow. They have a very big military district there, a very large temple district where several of the major gods like Sargonis and Pelor are worshipped. It's a very busy city. So as you guys start making your way in, you start seeing there's a bunch of disheveled homes outside the gate. If you look at your map of Hedeby Castle, you guys are coming in from the north. All these little purple houses over there, it's like a shanty town. It's pretty run down. These seem to be the general labor of Hedeby. There's a bunch of little half-naked kids running around of different races. They seem to be unaffected by the lack of wealth in the area and seem to find their own little happiness. And there's a bunch of other adult figures there kind of sitting on their front porch. Most of them look kind of disheveled, down, knowing that the situation that they're in probably will never get better than what it is. And you approach these extremely large bronze gates, and a king's guard standing at the gate kind of perks up over the crowd of people that are coming in and out of that gate and waves his hand towards you and kind of runs up to you. Now you guys are in the city. He runs up
Did we approach from?
the north.
The pink gate's next to the slum.
Yes, the most northern
According
gate.
to the map.
Yeah.
The top one.
So
Never eat shredded wheat.
do what?
Never eat shredded wheat.
So as the king guard runs up to you, he waves. He says, "Oh, you are the party that the king sent to the crypt, right?"
Yes.
Indeed.
Perfect. He is awaiting your return. We got news from the guard there at the crypt, the captain, that you were on your way. And I've been told to take you directly to the king. And now, I'll show you this. So you guys are here. So
Ooh, neat.
yeah. So I'm the only one that can control something. If you guys decide to split up, I'll make extra tokens to distinguish between the parties that split up. So
Let's go get our money.
huh?
So let's go get our money.
Yeah, he's gonna lead you to the king. As he leads you through he takes you along a pathway along the walls. The walls are probably standing about 60 feet tall. They're about 20 feet to 30 feet wide with these immense towers standing another 20 to 30 feet taller. You guys can see that there's catapults and ballista up at the top. There's not a lot of Kingsguard walking along the wall, kind of keeping watch. You don't actually see a lot of Kingsguard, but you do see a lot of adventure-looking people wearing this strange emblem on their cloaks or on their vests.
Are they about or are they on the wall?
They're on the wall. They're actually kind of walking about. Sometime at the gate, there was a couple of them standing there. They all had weapons on them, and the city guard or the King's Guard actually notices you guys kind of looking at these people, and he says, "Oh, these guys are a part of the Mercenaries Guild. The king has hired this guild to help run the police force, general guard duty, as most of the King's Guard are actually off to war with the Drow-Elves. Unfortunately, a few of us were left behind just to keep order, but the Mercenary Guild, they have a huge group and they're taking on new adventurers all the time to help with the day-to-day business."
Can I roll an investigation check and ask him some questions?
You sure can. What do you want to roll an investigation check of?
I want to find out more about the guild, if they've had any issues with them.
Okay, so you want to ask if they've had any issues?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just ask, and
Cool.
he'll tell you. So, he says, "No, we've not had any issues as far as I've heard. You know, there's been some strange things going on in the city that I know that they're looking after.
You have
But-
any monster contracts?
They may. I'm just a humble private. You know, I'm not really, the one knowing about that. But my job is to close the gate and then open it."
I
But-
asked him where the headquarters is for the Adventurers Guild.
That I don't know. You can ask the guy who runs the Department of Relations in the castle. I'm sure he'll be there in the throne room when you see the king. He knows where everything else is in the city. I live right next to the gate, and I wake up and go to the gate, and then I go back to my house. So I'm not too familiar. I know that the two guys that were helping me out at the gate, they don't really talk that much, and I don't really talk to them.
You don't know shit.
He doesn't know.
He's awkward as fuck.
He's a private. So he leads you along the wall. When you finally get to that enormous castle, the walls there are another 20 feet taller than the rest of the walls around the city. The gate that you actually walk through is a giant golden gate, and you see that there are a little bit better dressed Kingsguard. Their armor's shinier, better kept, and you also see a bunch of other soldier-looking people that are dressed in the same outfit as Kevin, the same cloak, the same steel plate armor, and Kevin kind of points out and says, "Yeah, this is where my sect is out of. We station out of Hedeby, my paladin sect, and this is where I trained to become a paladin." As you guys walk through the gate, it's an enormous courtyard is before you. There's gardens and trees and birds flying all over the place. It's pretty serene, the beauty of the place. Very well taken care of. There's not a lot of people in the area. You do see a few servants walking around. You do see a few nobles kind of sitting in the garden sections, reading books, playing some music. And he leads you right to this gigantic throne room. And as the two Kingsguard that are standing there at the doors open the doors, this blast of like fresh air just overwhelms you as you walk in. This room is gigantic. It's probably 300 feet long and 200 feet wide. All marble and gold inlaid decorations all around. In the very back is this beautiful stained glass depicting a knight with a giant red eagle on his chest holding a glowing sword up into the air. On the tapestries and the banners along the walls, you can pretty much make out that this is kind of the history of the Walpole Empire, the founding, the one that Lord D'Artagnan a long time ago, as he conquered the people of this area and the many victories that he had. As you approach, as he leads you closer and closer, you do see 3 seats at the very back. One very large one and 2 smaller ones. Sitting in the very large one is a very, very fine dressed person. Let me see. I got a handout for you. He has this kind of long blondish hair. Let's see. There you go. You can see in your journal. He has this kind of long blondish hair, very close cropped beard. He has a silvered crown around his forehead with a large green emerald in the middle of it.
Hail Theoden. Who said that shit?
He
You did this on purpose, didn't you?
you did that on purpose?
No, this whole setup. I'm just joking. Go ahead.
Carry on. I was just being a dumbass.
Yeah. So you guys notice that there are quite a few Kingsguard. They look more of elite soldiers kind of standing along the walls. Behind the king is an extremely large minotaur. He has brown skin, brown fur. He's wearing this white and gold armor with a long black cloak. He's got kind of laying on or resting on a gigantic warhammer. I actually have a handout for him.
It's not Balsnar, is it?
No, it's not Balsnar. Balsnar was blue.
Okay.
Let me see. I have it. His horns kind of split. He's got 4 points on his horns. Let me send it to you guys. There you go.
Dang.
Yeah, he is massive, and you guys kind of see Kevin's kind of leading in the front. Kevin like kind of puts his hand across his chest and kneels, or kind of bows his head towards the Minotaur, and the Minotaur kind of nods his head.
Who is this, Kevin?
Or Jules, sorry. Thank you, Antonius. And the king looks up and says, "Oh, welcome. I'm glad you finally made it back. Terrible business that was. Demon worshippers in the crypt. I know that originally I had told you guys that there were possibly some monsters And I kept the fact that there were demon worshippers in the crypt because I did not want you to take off without first completing the mission. I apologize for that.
We fucked them up, so.
You did. Very
We did.
good.
I believe that warrants higher payment.
It does, actually. And who might you be? I've not seen you before.
I was just helping out, you know.
A friend that they picked up along the way. I understand. Okay. Well, you will be paid as well. I
Hold up,
originally...
Sam.
Am I
Hold
getting
up,
paid
DM.
too?
Yeah.
Question, real quick,
Huh.
because I was under the impression that Jarrett's character was actually sent by the king as a scout.
Through an agent.
Through an agent.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So,
So Robert didn't actually know that it was this guy in particular?
mm-mm.
Okay.
He
All right,
just
we're good.
sent an
Go ahead.
agent. Yeah.
Carry on.
Okay. No, you're good. Questions like that are perfectly great. I definitely want to help immerse the story better. He says, you know, originally we had agreed upon 100 gold pieces apiece. And because of my dishonesty and the thoroughness that you had cleared out the crypt, I will pay you each 200 gold. I hope that is reasonable enough to make it satisfactory.
Great king,
200 sounds good to me.
what do you know of the Minotaur that joined our party?
I do not know much, actually. He was a criminal that had made a mess of some things here in town. My associate here, we thought that he was kind of reckless, but there was potential that he may join the Temple of Sagonis. What has happened to him? I do not see him amongst your party.
We were assaulted by a demon. He was traitor. He turned traitor on us in the crypt. We fought him, but he escaped through a portal.
Huh. The king kind of looks like...
He was imbued with demonic power. I know this demon, though I cannot recall its name.
The king kind of like furrows his brow and looks down and puts his hand on his beard, you know, just kind of a thinking tick, starts scratching it. That is troublesome indeed. And we did not tell. And he turns around and looks at Zunkarat. We could not tell that he was a part of the demon worshippers. And Zunkarat shakes his head. No, sir. Did not know.
They were performing a rite when we showed up in the final chamber, and he was imbued with the demonic power. Apparently he was in league along the way.
That is troublesome news indeed. Potentially, there could be one amongst us, Zunkarat. We will investigate it. And you, knight, what is your name?
Nernoth.
Nernoth. He shakes his head and... Very well. Now that is very troublesome indeed. I appreciate the information. I do request that if any of you find out more about these demon worshippers plaguing our land, to tell me, or Zunkarat, or any of the paladins. That is why Sir Jules here accompanied you, was to make sure that you guys fulfilled your promise, and to make sure that at least one of my own personal men went with you. And he says, very well, I must go and start thinking about things. I will show you Sir D'Artagnan. And younger gentleman, human, probably about 20 years old, kind of skips out, you know, like a little fairy princess.
Oh my god.
Why, hello, sir! This is Sir D'Artagnan. He is quite the character. He is the director of relations. He deals with most of the smaller things and payments. He deals with most of the smaller things and paying the guildsmen and adventurers such as yourselves, so that way I can focus on the war and everything else. He will give you your payment, and he will also help you with any other questions that you may have. Now, if you will please leave, I thank you again for your amazing work that you have done, and I hope that you continue to destroy any kind of threats that seem to attack the good people of Walpole. And with that, he kind of shakes his hand, and Zunkarat kind of speaks up. Jules, you must stay. We will talk. And Jules stays behind as D'Artagnan leads you guys out of the throne room and into the courtroom. Or into the court area. Why, hi, guys.
Hello.
I'm D'Artagnan, and I'm the director of relations. And he pulls out 6 bags kind of out of thin air. And these are for you. And he starts handing each one of you a little bag. There are 200 gold pieces in each bag. Please spend wisely.
All right.
Now,
Wait, I
Now
can
add
get
it to your
paid in
character
platinum.
sheets.
duet?
Is there any way I can get paid in platinum?
No. The king said gold, and gold is what it is. But you can go to the bank, and I have this wonderful map here. And he hands you a map of Hedeby, as you've already seen, and some of you already had a map of Hedeby. And he said, just in case if you didn't have one already, but we are located here at the castle, and if you want some platinum, you must go to the administration area. Just follow this road down here, and there's a bank there, and they will be able to convert any currency that you have. Yes. Oh, and there's another thing. We have a law against carrying weapons in the open. Now, since you guys have helped the king, and I know that the king gave you a letter, you can use the letter to show anybody from the Mercenaries Guild or the King's Guard that you are allowed to carry your weapons in the open. That is another thing that the king was graciously allowed. Now, if you don't want to have to constantly pull out that letter, you can go to the Mercenaries Guild, which is located here, and you can join their group, and they'll give you a symbol that you can put on your clothing that will allow, nobody will question you carrying your weapons.
What are the strings?
Do what?
What are the strings attached?
I don't know if there's any strings. I mean, you could sew it on if you wish, but I don't think there are any strings attached to the token. But do you have any questions for me about where things are in the city, and I can help you?
No, I'm good.
Okay. He's got this huge smile on his face and these big wide eyes just kind of looking at you guys. Okay.
I kind of don't want to ask him questions.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
I got money to spend.
Okay. The rest of you?
Where's the armorer?
Armorer. Okay. Very good question. You know, Hedeby has one of the greatest blacksmith districts in the entire region. You can locate them at the military district here. The blacksmith shops are located here at these little spaces right there before you get to the military district. There are several blacksmith shops. The best one that you should definitely go see is Fulmer Preskin. He is the king's personal blacksmith, and they do the most excellent of work. And he kind of pulls out this dagger from thin air again and kind of twirls it around. It's looks almost platinum silver. The blade does, with these rubies inlaid in it and a golden hilt. And he says, "Hey, see? Fine craftsmanship," and then boom, it disappears. So that is where the best place to go. If you wish for, magic items per se, you can go to the... Huh?
I meant to type that, I'm sorry.
You can go to the merchants area. There is a magic shop there. It is expensive. If you... Hey, Tristan, it's good to see you, man.
Ew.
Glad you finally woke up.
Mm-hmm. I woke up and I was like, I wonder what time it is. I think I'm fine.
You need to
I'm
add
calling you, brother.
No, and then I feel like that little thing scratching at the back of my head. And I'm like, let me look at the time. How late can it be? Oh.
We haven't gotten very far. You just met the king. Jules was held back. You can look in your journal to see what the king looks like and what the head of what is probably Jules' paladin group is. You are talking to a gentleman named D'Artagnan. He is the director of relations. He paid you 200 gold for your work.
Nice.
So you can add 200. So yes, the Magic's shop is located in the merchants area. The this area right here is where all the temples are, if you need to go do your little praying and stuff. The bigger dock area is where all the merchant ships can be found. The smaller docks will be more for private. Anything else? Any other questions? Oh, and by the way, out of character, sorry it says craftsman all over the place. I can't edit the damn words on this map generator that I went to. But they're not all craftsmen. Most of them are housing districts. So, there you go. Alright, so any questions for me?
No, sir.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how gay are you?
Ooh. Who said that?
Oh, God. Every day we stray further from God's light.
Answer the question. I'm joking.
Moving on.
I have a question
Okay.
for the game itself. My
Okay.
spell, let me see what it's called. It's like Disguise Self, I think, or something like that. Or
Yep.
Yeah, Disguise Self.
Mhm.
Does it have to be as something or someone that I've already seen, or can it be anything I can like think up? You know what I mean? Or
If you want a more accurate depiction, it would have to be somebody you've already seen. You can make it up if you wish. You just have to describe the person that you want to look like.
yeah, because obviously I've seen a lot of people up to this point. Just I guess not.
Yeah.
You know,
And
through
don't,
the game. So
and don't
okay.
forget what you've done
Okay.
as well. So he kind of says, "Okay, well, I'm going to be off. I live here in the castle, so if you need anything else from me, come ring my bell." And he kind of turtles off and twirls off and walks back to the castle.
Do you think he'd give me that dagger if I fucked him?
Oh.
He might. Possibility. Okay,
So you guys are now standing in this courtyard. by yourselves. There's nobody around you. You guys can talk freely, decide where you want to go. If you want to go to the Mercenaries Guild, like he said, that you can use the letter to tell people, hey, we're allowed to carry this. Or you can go get the badge and see if the Mercenaries Guild's got any work available for you. There are other places that you guys can go check out. If you want to split up, I'm going to ask that we only split up into 2 parties. So that way it doesn't get too confusing on who's where and who's doing what.
All I'm saying is I kind of want to go see if there's a more powerful rapier that I can purchase around here.
Okay.
I need to
Wasn't
purchase
rapier,
2
rapier.
sacks.
Okay.
I heard what you said, David. I didn't hear Jacob's.
I'm going to go see this armorer.
Okay.
I'm going straight to the merchant area.
Okay.
Yeah, wherever I gotta go to
Pretty
buy.
sure.
Well, the blacksmith where you will be able to buy weapons and armor and stuff is located there.
That's where I'm at.
The merchant shop, the merchant district will be more for like jewel crafters, high end stuff, just like magic items and stuff. You probably could find some weapons in the merchants area that are imbued with magic, but those are pricey.
If I
So,
needed
What's
to
the
buy
price
a,
here?
huh?
What's pricey?
Pricey is pretty damn pricey.
Like, give me a range.
Well, from your background, basically, like cantrip spells or basic weapon modifications will run about 500 gold minimum.
I guess I'm going to the military district then.
Yeah. Now there are some cantrip spells that are pretty basic, like produce flame or something like that are cheaper. They'll run about 100 gold. But most of the higher tiered cantrips and then going up from there start off at 500.
Our medicine. Medicine. My bad. I'm sitting here reading. Are magic items like? I just don't know shit about this game. Can they help us out significantly, like at this point in the game? You know what I mean? Or like, is it better if I shop for a fucking weapon or for some sort of magical item? I don't know how good they are.
With the amount of gold you have, you're better off just trying to find fine weapons rather than going for magical. It's gonna be.
I'm gonna try to con some shit out of somebody. I have like a fucking max charisma, so plus
So.
spells that help my charisma.
You can definitely try. So we've got
Okay.
2 voted for the blacksmith area, which is right down the street from the mercenary guild and the military district. So,
I'll go with blacksmiths.
okay.
oh, to head to the blacksmith.
Okay. So,
I'm gonna check out the magical shit.
you want to split?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's split up, King.
I'll go with them to the merchant area. I can always hit up the blacksmith after.
Actually, no, I do want to go to the merchant area, not the blacksmith.
Did you
God damn it,
design
guys.
this, Jacob?
Do what?
You design this city?
Yeah.
Did you
Nice.
build this city on rock and roll?
No. There's a website that does random city generations, and I had to find the one that I like the best. And so,
The real question, though, is in this city, can I buy a bucket, some rope, a chair, and a small cloth?
yes.
Nice.
All right.
What do you
So,
mean that's
who's going to the blacksmith?
I'm going.
Yes,
sure.
I am too,
Okay.
Justin.
Alrighty. So that's gonna be your token. And oh no, Anthony, you were going to the the merchants district, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me take out your name. Okay. So you guys can walk together till the split comes. So as you guys kind of give you a scale of how big it is, that's 1,000 feet is 3
Jesus
squares.
Christ.
This is where the split will happen, and then you're right there. So it takes about a good 20 minutes to 30 minutes to kind of work your way through the populace there. There's a bunch of people in carts, either going to the market or heading out, heading to the castle, some with goods, foods, and the sort.
We're still level 4, right?
You are still level 4. And you guys come to that fork in the road using your map that either some of you had already or the one that D'Artagnan gave you have split. We're going to do Sadistic, Solomon, and Anthony first, and then we will do Nernoth and Cray next. Okay, so
I just kind of want to check out the merchants over here, like see what they look like before I talk to any of them.
okay, so
The
as
magic merchants.
as you come around, you come out to this huge open area, cobblestone streets, brick streets.
Hey, we should stay together, guys.
You can see that on the far side of where you come out of, the temples, some of the top of the temple buildings with these large statues depicting the gods that are worshipped there. Some of them you can make out, like Pelor or the giant Minotaur Sargonus, or Bokob. There's quite a few different temples out there. They seem to kind of just be all segregated into one section to kind of keep it together. You guys can see out in the distance the tops of some of the larger ships that are out in the docks. There seem to be some pretty big ships over there for you to be able to see it from the distance that you were traveling in. And as you make your way around the corner, you guys see this row of...
Man, I'm really sorry. My wife's calling me. I think I got to run downstairs real quick. But keep going. I'll be right back.
Okay. As you turn the corner, you guys see a row of cobblestone buildings. Each one kind of has... each one kind of has a sign. Well, they're all inside. They're not outside. Each one has a sign. You see a couple of signs that state jewel crafters or medicine herb is one of them. There is a sign with a book that's open and what looks like a wand with these blue sparks coming off of it, and the sparks are actually kind of shooting off of the sign. And underneath it, it says Yen's Magic Shop, and it's
I think I'll
spelled
go there.
Gin.
I think I'll wander.
That's like
over
the
there.
genie Jin.
Yeah.
To the magic shop.
So we're gonna put it on pause
He's
for
sitting
you
on it
guys
now.
because Anthony's not here, and I want him to be a part of that. So now we're gonna go over to Nernoth and Cray. Okay, so you guys continue down. You pass by these really large brick buildings. There's quite a few Kingsguard kind of standing around. One of them has these giant pillars in the front, and it says bank right in the front of it.
What is it?
I think it's a building of commerce is what it is.
Oh,
Okay. As you guys continue along, you can start hearing the clangs and the pounds of blacksmith shops, of people working on metal. There's what seems like a lot of it. As you turn the corner, though, you see that in the front, along the roadway, are 3 predominant shops. One of the shops has a breastplate on the sign, and it says Fulmer Preskin. Another shop has a what looks like a hammer on an anvil, and it says Hammerfell Blacksmithing. And you see another shop with a forge kind of on it, and it says Bloker Blacksmithing.
What was the name of the king's?
Fulmer.
Fulmer Preskin.
So
I'm gonna visit that fucker.
Okay.
I'll go to the other blacksmith. That's not the king's blacksmith.
Okay.
There's two.
There's one that's named though, is it not the Hammerfell one?
Bloker Blacksmith.
That one.
So you guys walk along, and Justin, you turn first, which is the largest of the three shops. This one is huge. As you walk in through the door, you hear the ding 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 of a bell, and you are just kind of taken back by the grandeur of this place. There are dummies with gorgeous ornate armor along one wall. Each set completely different than the last one. Each one looks like a work of art, something that you would buy and just put it like a really nice car in a garage, never to use it. And then on the other wall you see just this tapestry of weapons of all different styles. Each one kind of has its own
Sorry.
its own.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Its own elvish grace to it. And each one is the same as the armor. Each one is unique and completely different from all the other sets. You do notice kind of in the middle there's a few tables that have like headpieces or bracers, gauntlets of the sort, some boots. On the left side, and on the other side are what look like more common weaponry. Not as ornate as the ones that are on the walls, but some of them are in barrels, kind of like pulling just the common sword out of it. There's a very regal looking elf standing behind a counter. He's got these spectacles on his face, and he seems to be reading out of this, looks like a very old book. And he kind of peeks up over his glasses towards you. Yes, how may I help you?
Is this Jacob or me?
Justin.
He's talking to me. I'm looking for armor.
Well, this is the place. Let me get my assistant, since I'm in the middle of something. She is extremely capable. Chalia! Come out here, we have a customer. If you will pardon me, kind sir. And he kind of bows a little bit. I must leave your presence. And he turns around and walks out the back as this beautiful blonde elvish woman comes right out. You could tell she's gorgeous, but she's got like these black smudges all over her face. She is wearing a blacksmith apron. She still has one glove on her hand as she's pulling it off. And her arms look like she's been hammering metal for a long time. They're pretty defined, kind of beefier. She looks up at you. Yes? How can I help you?
I'm looking to enhance my scale mail.
Enhance your scale mail. Sure, we could do that. It looks pretty beat up. You've been using it quite a bit?
Yes.
Okay. Exactly how do you want to enhance it? Just fix it for you, or do you want us to like put some kind of, magic into it?
All right, outside of character,
Okay.
how are you doing enhancements? How much do they cost? Like, if I were to add +1 to get an extra boost to my armor class,
You can
and
ask
or
her.
get some scale mail of Constitution, perhaps.
You can ask her.
Just ask her, man.
Yeah, just ask her.
Well, I didn't know if she would know what I was talking about or not. I was like, can I get scale mail +1? Like, how is she supposed to know what I'm talking
Just
about?
describe it. Like, why is it +1? Because it's better. It's, I don't know, maybe got something done
What's-
to
did
dipped
she
in
give me
another
her name?
metal.
Chalia. He called her Chalia.
Chalia.
Uh-huh.
What can you do to make my armor better than it is?
Well, first off, I wouldn't use iron to put iron rings in your armor. I'd probably do something a little stronger. Depends on how much you want to spend. So I could make it
Give me options.
options. Let me pull out this book. So she pulls out a book. Let me go.
I'm looking at scale mail +1 in the D&D Beyond, and it doesn't say anything other than it's rare.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't talk about cost or enhancements or anything like that.
Yep. It does not, because it's up to my discretion. So she says I can make it. I'll have to come up with the medals. Did not expect this curveball, but I will do it by this. So she says a scale mail +1 will cost you 150 gold. A scale mail +2 will cost you 300 gold. And can you guess what scale mail +3 will cost you?
700.
450. Close. You were close. That was...
Just woman.
She smiles. So it will take me a week to fix the armor and to change out all the rings and make it better. And if you want me to just repair it and make it look nice and brand new, that'll take me a day. And if you are looking for magical enhancements, what kind of magical enhancements are you looking for?
Something that magically enhances my health would be great.
Oh, something for your constitution. Okay. That, to give you a +1 to constitution, sorry. Don't have it all broken down, but to give you a +1, that will start off at 500 gold. And it goes up by 500 per level.
Enhance the armor. Let's go +2.
+2. That will be 300 gold. Do you have 300 gold?
I'll have to spend pretty much everything I got.
How much gold do you have?
I got 214 gold and 1,000 silver. She said 1,000 silver equals a gold piece, right?
10 silver pieces equal a gold piece.
Fuck. How come I had 1,000 silver pieces? How much gold was that?
That's 100 gold. So you have 314 gold.
Oh, yeah. So, can I give her the 1,000 silver and 200 gold?
Yep. And so you hand her basically your entire bag of money except for the 14 gold pieces. And she looks at it and says, okay, well, I also need the armor as well, so if you could just take that off.
You got a loaner?
Do what?
Do you have any loaners?
A rent a suit? No, not here. You can go down to Bloker and get a loan suit, but not here.
I can't be walking around with that armor on. I'm naked. People
Um,
are gonna look at me weird.
Loader, this guy.
Don't
yeah.
be awkward about it. A man's gotta work.
Well, I mean, like I said, you can go talk to Bloker. He's the cheapest on the block.
I ain't talking cheap. I just asked if you had a pair of scales that I could wear for now.
I do not.
All right.
I do
That's
not.
all you had to say.
So,
I'll see you in a week.
okay, that will work. Are you an adventurer by chance? You look like the type.
I work for money. I hunt monsters. You got a job?
Not a monster hunting job, but something of similar value.
What can you do for me?
Well, since you've been so gracious to me today, I am actually looking for somebody to track me down a diamond in the Dark Mountain.
Interesting.
It's
Talk.
I am needing a diamond about the size of your hand to complete a piece of armor that I am doing for the king.
Sounds like an expensive job.
It
What's in it
is.
for me?
Well, I will pay you 1,000 gold pieces,
Holy shit.
and since you kindly gave me your armor, and I will enhance that one, I will also take that giant claymore of yours and make it have +2 damage as payment.
How long will it take you to fix my claymore? I can't be without it.
Well, you come back with the diamond, and I will make sure that only your work will be done, and it'll take me a day.
Very well.
But here's the thing. I don't need it in any kind of time frame. I'm an elf. I live forever. But I do wish and have my own dreams of owning my own shop. Hopefully soon. So, if you are agreeing to do this for me, then I ask that you give it back to me within 2 months.
Deal.
Okay.
I'm gonna need you to get busy on that scale mill. Then I need to go.
I surely will. Do you have
Can you
other
expedite
friends?
the process?
Oh, yes, I can try to get it done by 2 days.
Very well. What's the cost?
It is the same if you are agreeing to do this for me.
Very well.
You look like a man of your word, and she kind of winks at you.
Alright.
Okay. So,
And I part with her, and I'll go find Cotton.
so Cotton, we'll go over to you. Cotton, you walk into this kind of rundown blacksmith shop. Looks pretty cheap on the inside. The sign that's over looks pretty worn out. As you walk in, it's not very lavish. It looks a little dirty. A lot of the weapons seem to have dust on them, armor pieces as well. Everything looks pretty basic and simple. You do see behind the counter a very portly man who is actually dressed somewhat nicer than what you would expect in the shop. And he looks at you. Why, hello! How are you today?
I tell him I'm good, and
Well,
that
just say you're good.
Yeah, I say I'm good.
And my name is Lane Bloker. And are you looking for a particular fine piece of equipment today?
Well, I was in the neighborhood and heard about stories of the King's blacksmith being one of the best in the city. Saw you next door to him and thought, well, maybe this guy has some talent as well.
Oh yes, we are a lot better than those snivy elves.
I asked him in what way.
Well, ask him in what way, Cotton. You don't have to say you ask him. You can just say in what way are you better.
Okay.
First person, not third.
Well, first off, we're human. That's obviously makes us tons better. Second off, I have several blacksmiths that work for me, and they only have 2. And third off, I have the military order for the weapons. And so we craft all of the weapons for the military.
I asked him if he can prove it.
Oh, and he does.
Well, I meant being better than the elves.
Oh. Well, ask him. How do you ask him to prove it?
I asked him if there's some way he can show me that his craft is better than the elves across the street.
Oh. So you're wanting us to make a fine piece of weaponry or armor for you?
Well, I mean, if you had something on hand that I could see, then that would be better than me having to wait.
Fine pieces like that are not displayed. They are made.
Oh, do you have any feats that you could talk about then, or is it all grandeur?
We have personally created the sword for the captain of the First Force.
And where is he right now?
Probably fighting dark elves. So
Well then,
do you wish to have us to make you a fine piece of equipment?
I asked him if he can increase my shield or refine it in any way.
Well, with that rubbish-looking thing, any kind of paint on it would make it look better. If you wish that we could make you a brand new shield, and Justin, you walk in this moment. I can make you a brand new shield for 300 gold pieces. And it will be twice as good as the one you have.
All I got on me is about 200.
With that, I could give it a paint job.
Well,
Dragonborn. This place is a ripoff.
yeah.
It is not a ripoff, and where
Shut your mouth, foul knave.
Sir, you already are a racist, number one.
Oh.
Number two, the dust covering the majority of your products, and I have not seen any of your other blacksmiths.
They are in the back working, my good sir. And you, horned one. You? Where do you come off from? Did you just come from the elf?
No, I just figured I'd walk in here, see how
Not
much
you, dragon. The horned one behind you. The one with his shirt off.
Horns too.
My business is my own. Stay thy mouth or I'll behead you.
Are you threatening somebody?
That sounded like a threat to me.
If he wants a piece, I kind of owe him my life. I'll probably go for a chunk myself.
Oh my. Oh. And he kind of flusters and his face kind of turns red. And he kind of looks at you, Nernoth, with this kind of glare. Did the elf witch offer you a quest?
My business is my own.
So she must have. If you bring me what she's asking you for, I will pay double. You bring it to me, no questions asked. I don't tell her, you don't tell her. You get double the payment, and we both go our ways.
I nudge you. I don't think we should barter with this little shitbuck under my
I
belt.
believe that you're a treacherous liar.
My money is as good as my word.
I'm not gonna ask you if I can roll a check, but I mean,
You can. If you want to see if he's lying, you can roll insight. He's telling the truth. He definitely wants you to take his money and not hers.
fuck this hoe. I don't care.
Okay.
Agreed.
All right. Well, I've never, in all my years, I shall go to the king with this atrocity that you are. Be gone out of my shop.
All right.
And
Nigga.
you guys walk out into the street. Okay, now we're going back over to Sadistic, Solomon, and Antonius. So, Antonius, you missed the description. What did I say it was again? Can't find my note. Jarrett, Tristan, Anthony, are you guys there?
What?
Me.
What was the magic?
Heard my name. Sorry, I'm tending to my kids.
Where's
but,
the
I heard
magic?
it through
What
my
was the
headphones.
magic shop name?
Oh, I don't remember.
The
Start with like a GI something.
the gin,
Jin, yeah.
God.
Jihad.
and it was GIN. All right, Jin's magic shop. There it is. Found it. Found the note.
Go Joe.
Okay, so you guys approach this magic shop. It's about 3 to 4 stories tall. Kind of got a brownish stucco looking front face to it with some bricks around it. As you guys enter the shop, bling bling, another bell goes off, and poof, right next to you in this puff of smoke appears this red genasi looking fellow. Why, hello! My name is Jin, and welcome to my magic shop. Well, how does it go today?
I want to immediately get up and leave.
Okay,
I'm good.
okay.
How are you? I'm excellent.
I'm great. It's a beautiful day in the Walpole Empire.
Fuck yeah, it is. It's gorgeous.
It is gorgeous. Now you, kind sir, you look like you want some fine magic items.
Yes.
And his
Yes, I
eyes
do.
start kind of glowing red as he's looking at you. And what kind of magic items may I be of service to?
Got a rapier, got a bow. I'd like to upgrade them. You know, look around, maybe a cloak, some shoes. What you got? What you got?
Magic embedding. I love that part of the job. Let me see. And what do you want to make your rapier do? Do you want it whenever you stab somebody, pink flowers shoot out instead of blood? Or
Or
do you want your bow to sing every time you shoot an arrow?
I think I'm looking for something a little more useful.
I'm not down for any of this.
That is super useful. People will joyously die as your arrows pierce them because you resonate the most beautiful music. Huh?
Deadly's probably a little more desirable.
Deadly. Follow me. And he kind of walks through. As you guys go through the shop, there's several bookcases or bookshelves with assortments of books. Some in languages that you can't even comprehend. Some in the languages that you can. Most of them look like history books or tales of the unknown situations. Kind of along the walls are these tables, and they have strange items or jars filled with components that most magicians need for their magic spells. As he leads you, you kind of notice that he floats through the air, and this like reddish smoke kind of sits underneath his feet. As he goes through, he's wearing this really dark purple velvet outfit that seems to contrast with his skin color because he's kind of reddish skinned.
Slick suit, bro.
Huh?
Slick suit.
Why, thank you. Hand tailored it myself this morning.
Nice. What do you spells run? You know, first level.
Well, if you are looking for first level spells, which spell are you looking to have? I do keep quite a bit.
What are the options?
Let me tell you. I do have it listed.
We're still walking, right?
Yeah. I did have it listed. Let me see. Okay. So he does keep quite a few spells. So for your class, which is pretty much everything, he walks you over to the wall and shows you a few books that are kind of behind this glass case. He says these are some of the first level spells that you are looking for. I have color spray. I have chromatic orb. I have disguise self. I have grease. And I have identify. I can also get more spell books. I have a very good friend in the wizard business, you see, and he can make books which will cost a little bit more because of, you know, shipping and handling, but I can usually get them here in about a week to two.
Ask
don't
him if he
think
can
I'm
sign up
interested.
for Wizard Prime.
Yeah, let's go back to the deadly shit.
Deadly shit. Okay. So, tell me. And he kind of
Deadly shit.
goes around the kind of like floats over the counter, and he turns and puts his elbow on it, and like the smoke around him kind of goes darker, and he's like, "Tell me, good friend, what deadly shit are you looking for? Are you looking to actually
Deadly kind.
are you actually looking to shit dead mice? I can make that happen."
Not exactly.
I may be interested in that one.
This guy knows what's up.
Quite the entrepreneur. So
Guy's a trickster.
what kind
Let's
of
see what else we got.
deadly shit do you wish to have?
Well, I use a rapier and a bow, so maybe daggers, darts, whatever. Wands.
Well, I can't tell you what you want. You have to tell me what you wish to have.
But I'm asking about your inventory.
My inventory could be infinite. All you must do is ask.
Wait.
And
I've always liked swords of sharpness. Vorpal's also pretty cool. Maybe a rapier along those lines would be pretty neat.
let me see. And poof, this book pops out in front, and he starts kind of twiddling his fingers, and the pages start going. What did you say first?
Sharpness. And then Vorpal.
Okay. Excuse me. Ooh, I like how you think. Okay, well,
It's like, I prefer Vorpal, but whatever.
Vorpal.
Not
Okay,
picky.
okay. Well, S comes before V. So the sword of sharpness will run you 1,000 gold.
A rapier of sharpness.
Yep.
That's kind of expensive. Let's what do you got in like the 300 gold range?
You can cut somebody and flowers will shoot out.
Man, I wish I had 1,000 gold right now.
If you wish for your Vorpal sword, that will be $2,000. That is quite the enchantment you wish to have. It will take about a month even to do that.
What you got in the 300 gold range?
Well, do you wish to have a hat that you can pull a rabbit out of?
Of the deadly variety.
I can make it a snake. That gives somebody a bad cold,
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, it's so
Get
funny.
it, get it.
I do have a handkerchief that you can place within your hand, and it poof disappears.
All right, dude. Later.
What? It is
Peace out.
good magic items. Yeah, somebody say my name. And Anthony, are you still in the shop?
No, I said peace out as well.
Oh, you guys don't want to look at anything else? You, sir, you with the guitar on the back.
Okay.
I can make your guitar for 300 gold. When you play it, you can make it sound however you like.
You would, Jacob. You would. I'm gonna have to pass on that one. I don't have 300 gold.
Well, the offers are always going to stand, good gentlemen. And let me tell you, here at Jen's Magic Shop, we have all the wizards and goodads and greedads that you will ever need. And poof, he disappears.
Oh shit. How are we gonna find that guy?
Can I use my raven to look around the market?
Like the market district?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. But if you do that, you're going blind and deaf.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop in the doorway before we leave and do that.
Okay, so Solomon, you and Antonius, as Sadistic starts walking out, he kind of just stops in the doorway and kind of just goes somewhat stiff. And you're like, get the fuck out of the way. And he's not responding to you.
I'm just gonna wave my hand in front of his face.
Hey,
Wait
no,
a second.
no response.
Sadistic is stiff? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
The druid would know.
Like his whole body or just part of him?
Oh, like,
Zing.
Zanger.
Okay. I thought that was funny, but seriously.
I'm just gonna pick him up and move him to the
I'm
side.
coming back.
Okay.
Press the wrong button.
You do feel that as somebody picks you up and moves you out of the way. Okay, so as you jump into the eyes of the raven, you start swirling around the market. It looks like a typical vendor market with people selling pots or homemade craft items. There's several food vendors. There's, if you're looking for like weapon shops or something like that, nobody there really seems to have anything.
Herbalists.
Yeah, there are a few places that from what you can see from your Raven eyes that there's some plant sellers that could be considered herbalists. There is a medicine shop right next door to the gin shop.
I'm looking
Okay.
for the opposite of that.
I'm gonna have to ask him what he's
Oh.
seen to know that, right?
Yeah, well, he won't be able to hear you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I have to wait till he's done doing his thing before
Yeah.
I can get an answer out of him.
Yeah.
Or do I already kind of know the map? Like, do I already know, like, I can go get some medicine?
Yeah, you can go next door at the
That's where I'm going.
Okay, Solomon.
While they're doing that, I just like to try to find a general shop.
General store area to buy a chair, a rope, and a cloth.
No,
right?
I need to buy two medium-sized like little bags.
Yeah, you can find that in the marketplace.
Nice.
The marketplace is going to be the general stores. There are general stores located within the housing areas, but the market is the big one. So,
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and head to the market then.
okay. So we're gonna cut y'all's story off right there, and we're gonna go back to Nernoth and Kraos. Okay. All right. So you guys leave Mr. Bloker's shop. Nernoth, you are obviously frustrated that this human swine would even attempt to try to make you disloyal. As you guys walk out of the shop, what do you guys want to do?
We can set his shop on fire by accident.
I want to go over to the guild, the mercenaries guild.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go with you too.
I'm gonna go pee since I'm not
I'm
supposed to know what's
surprised we
going on
haven't
with
been
him anyways.
stopped by a guard yet, to be honest with you. I figured you would have done that. So we may as well go get our patch. Because I'm not going to disarm, period.
Yeah. No. Well, you guys just got out of the King's Court. There are some Crown's Guard, but King's Guard. There's not a lot of King's Guard around, from what you can tell. You do see.
We're going to be here for a few days.
Yeah, you do see that. What seems like more the patrols that are going around are people wearing regular leather armor. They don't look like they're in uniform, but they are carrying their weapons, and they do have a symbol on their chest. So none of them seem to really be doing a great job at it. They are just basically policemen for hire. If they see trouble, they'll go after it. You guys with your weapons, they kind of assume with your outfits and everything that you might already be a part of the guild, because the guild's just hiring tons of people every day to help out with the day-to-day necessities. So as you guys continue on, you do pass by the military district on the left. Excuse me. There are several very ornate marble buildings located here. One of them, has a naval ship on the front of it. You can pretty much just guess that is where naval officers are trained. Another one has a sword on it, probably land military forces, officers in training, administration buildings, the like. As you guys continue to the guild, you guys actually come up onto this huge courtyard area. It's kind of open. There's a giant wooden building right next to the street. On the front of it, it says Citizens of Sargonis on the front of it. And behind in the courtyard, there's a few tents that have been set up. There's quite a few what look like mercenaries or adventurers hanging out there in the back. Some of them are sharpening weapons. Some of them are practice fighting. But there's quite a few. There's probably about 100 people standing around back there. You can tell that there's some what look like officer types. They're kind of standing taller than the rest. They seem to be pointing and guiding some of the people that are practice fighting. and giving them tips and pointers, telling them what to do. So as you guys walk into the mercenaries guilds, the citizens of Sargonis, you guys are immediately in this as you go through the doors, you are in this huge lodge area. You ever seen like those old lumberjack lodges? Big huge area in the middle with rooms on the sides.
Okay.
There's what looks like a very large circular table in the front of really nice craftsmanship, and you can see what looks like Hedeby is been painted on the top of it, and there's little tokens and flags kind of spread out along the premises of it. And you see this very large green dragonborn standing behind one. He's wearing this all leather outfit with this long sword on his side. His hands kind of resting on it. You see the large patch that all the other mercenary guilds people are have on their chests, on his left shoulder, or on his left breast. He is on the left side. There's a human, kind of wearing Kingsguard outfit, a female human with kind of short cropped brown hair. On the right side of him is another green dragonborn, kind of smaller in build. It's a male, from what you can tell, Kratos. Kind of wearing the same outfit as the larger dragonborn in the middle. And he looks up and says, yes, how may I help you two?
Walk up and ask him that we heard that membership was
Just ask, Cotton. You don't have to say it.
sheesh, sheesh. I'll say it how I go. We want to know about membership.
You seek membership to your guild.
Membership. He kind of looks confused. And what makes you qualified to be members of the citizens of Sargonis?
What makes you qualified?
I am the leader of the citizens of Sargonis.
Very well, then what makes you so different from me?
I have been doing this for a very long time.
Tell him about your quest for the king.
A quest for the king, you said?
So these guys have been on a quest for the king. They did already have a pedigree behind them.
Did you not partake
No,
in that
I
quest?
I joined them later down the road after I killed a few hundred bandits.
I'm a monster slayer for hire.
A monster slayer for hire. Do you have any proof that you did work for the king?
I show him the trophies that I peeled off of the lizards from before, and the hag.
Okay. You can also show him the letter, by the way.
Oh yeah, I can also show him the leather, I guess.
Yeah.
Since he's mentioning it.
So he
I
looks.
don't care as much about the letter. I was more about what I do for a profession.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, right. Let me see this. And he takes the letter and the trophies out of your hands. Crocodilian type skin. These were giant lizards, I'm guessing. Poisonous. He looks at you, Nernoth. Were they poisonous?
Yes.
Yes, okay. And, oh my, a hag. You have been into some shit, haven't you?
Do you think me a jester?
No, but you must understand where I come from. Every single person that lives in a shanty town thinks that he can wield a sword and do what we do.
Been in the shit.
So
Oh, you're funny.
he nods and says, "Okay. Well, I hope you understand that the two of you, one of you not wearing any armor and carrying a large sword, and the other one of you, Dragonborn, carrying also a very large sword.
It's a metal ball on a stick, but yes.
Oh, a metal ball on the stick. I forgot that you had the morning. Is it a morning star or a flail?
It's a morning.
It's a morning star. Yeah.
Now I have questions about his actual, pedigree. If he can't recognize a sword from a morning star.
Sorry, dude. I'm trying to remember 1,000 things. Yes. I will give you guys a token. You are now a part of the citizens of Sargonis. There's no fucking speech to be had. I do not make you give me a fucking vow. All I ask is that you help maintain the peace of Hedeby. Every week, you must come here. We pay 10 silver a week for basic police work. We do offer quests or missions, what have you, to help with the area. If you fulfill those, bring me back a trophy. I will pay you the reward that is on the quest.
So, if I catch someone breaking the law, should I bring them to you or to the Kingsguard?
You bring them to the closest Kingsguard that you can find, explain the situation, they will handle it from there. As far as arrests go, if you decide to get into the tavern brawl, and it is the other person's, and he puts his fingers in a quote, fault, just find the nearest Kingsguard, and they will take care of that. Now they are.
Yeah, I'm a cop.
They are limited. They may not be able to come help you in your quote unquote brawl, but please understand that we are here. We are been hired to keep the peace and to make sure that shit doesn't go fucking haywire. And he hands the two of you. Let me hand you this. It is in your journal. The symbol that you see on everybody's chest. He gives you 2 patches. He says, just make sure that these can be seen. You can carry your weapons in the open. If some shit starts going down, you have the ability to step in. If the King's Guard are already there, we ask that you patiently sit there and allow them to handle the situation. But if fucking shit goes crazy, you must step in and help them. We, like I said, 10 silver a week. And we will pay upon quests.
So do I get paid extra for busting a perp?
For what? Oh, for busting a perp? Well, how am I supposed to fucking know? I mean, you're supposed to get the closest King's Guard.
That's all.
Alrighty. If I do hear about it, I'll probably throw in a few extra silver pieces for you. But most of the time around here, there's not a lot of fucking crazies. But I do have a couple of things on the board. And he kind of turns around and you guys see 3 notes on the board. He says, I've got a couple of shit that's been brewing. Some of them I can't fucking get my head around. Some of them seem completely fucking pointless. Are you guys interested in any work?
Yes.
Looking for work all day.
All day. Perfect. Well, do you want the strangest one or the shittiest one?
I want the one that pays.
They
Hunt
all pay.
monsters.
I don't know about monsters per se, but I've got
Do any of them probably lead to a fight?
At least 2. The other one just seems like bullshit.
Alright, I'll look at the 2 then.
He'll just tell you. So the first one is the pirate Sheila. This fucking whore has been raiding all up and down the coast, from Dunatar to Alnwick, or down to Hedeby. She is this crazy orc. She's got a group of goblins and orcs that they've been hitting every single mercenary ship that travels the way. And it's fucking really ruffling my scales, if you understand what I'm saying. I don't think the two of you alone could handle the shit. She's got quite a crew. So you probably want to go get a few others. And if you need a boat, go down to the private boat sector. There's a tavern there. That's called the Sailboat. There's typically sailors or, privateer people looking to be hired. Most of them fucking, you'll have to pay a good penny to go after Sheila, though. She's fucked a lot of shit up. So that one's the biggest payout. You bring me back a goblin. Every goblin knows and every orc knows you bring back 10 gold pieces. And you fucking bring me Sheila's head. You bring me Sheila's head and I'll give you 500 gold for the whore.
I'm down. I'm down. What about the other quest?
Deal.
Hold on. Let me pull that one up. The other one, this one's a strange one. So my associate, my little brother here. Oh, I'm Rasprax, by the way. What are your names? We might as well as get the formalities out of the fucking way.
They're not.
I'm Cray, but my friends call me Cray Cray.
Nernoth and Cray Cray. Okay, alright. I'm Rasprax, and this is Prey.
I'm Rasprax.
If you have any other
Watching
questions, you
Fear
can ask Prey. Do what? What'd you say?
I said, I'm Rasprax, and you're watching Fear Factor.
Fear Factor. So, Prey here has named this one, delicately, the Ripper of Hedeby. There's been some pretty fucked up shit killings here. I can't understand what the hell would do this. But it's called the Ripper of Hedeby. If you wish to take that one, I don't know what the payout is. I'm thinking it's some just fucking crazies or crazy that's kind of going around, killed a few people. But you bring me back whatever's doing this, and I'll pay you 500 gold for this person. Or thing. Or whatever the fuck it is.
I think I'm more inclined to the orc pirate.
You can try them both. I don't give a fuck. If, like I said, you can do it if you wish. If not, fuck it. But if you want more information, head down to the coroner's office, and he kind of points towards the map. It's located here. There you will find a couple of the bodies I think are still haven't been buried yet, but you can go check the shit out. They'll have more information where to go or who to talk to where these people are. The reason why we're doing this is because one of our own guild officers, Michael, was fucking savaged by whatever this thing is. And now we're involved. So if the two of you feel like you're capable, you can go after that one.
For that orc pirate captain, you said 500 gold each, right? So if we brought more people, would they get more, or is it just us two?
No, it's 500 gold for her head. So you'll have to split it yourselves. And you bring me every nose of goblin, orc, or whatever the fuck she's got. You bring me their nose, I'll pay you 10 gold a nose. You can split the money how you see fit.
Have you added these quests to the journal?
I can. I'll add them and provide them to the two of you.
Please do.
Okay. Are
That's
you
a lot to remember.
y'all aren't
Yeah.
writing
I
down
take
notes? You gotta write down notes, guys. Come on.
Yeah,
It's,
but I got carpal tunnel.
this isn't fucking Skyrim where you just get a quest log.
Fuck, man. If I realized that I was gonna have to write a damn novel along with you, I would have done that already.
So I'll help you out.
Now let me have some notes here. I'll make some damn notes.
I mean, I'm not opposed to the help.
So this is the Mercenaries Guild, or
This
do I
is-
need to call them what they're called?
Yeah, they're called the Citizens of Sargonis. You can call them the Mercenary Guild. It's your call. He said the last one up there is a bunch of fucking rowdy villagers. That's basically what I'm calling
What's
it.
this dude's name? How do you spell it?
Rasprax. R-A-S-P-R-A-X.
I got it. Okay.
This last one's a bunch of fucking rowdy villagers. They're located over on the Western Gate over there. Bunch of people from some village out west complaining about bullshit and sleep and other shit. So you guys can go fucking... If you guys can go calm them down, I'll give you 10 gold to get them the fuck out of here and go back home.
Eh.
What's the bitch's name?
Sheila. She's a fucking whore.
Oh, Sheila.
I feel like there's a bit of backstory here.
How much?
between you
How
two.
much does he want me to kill her for?
500 gold pieces for Sheila's head, and 10 gold pieces for every goblin, orc, nose that you bring her, or bring him.
NGP for each goblin and orc.
For each nose.
Got it.
Okay.
And the other one was to police the town for what?
The Ripper of Hedeby.
And what's
Oh.
his reward?
500 gold.
I ask him if he knows if Sheila has like more than one ship or if it's just one.
I don't fucking know. I've never been on a ship.
Okay. I got some notes now.
The rumors about Sheila is that it's typically one ship that appears. I don't know if she's got more than one. But she's got apparently quite the crew to be able to do it, so.
What's that bitch's name at the armor? The blonde elf?
Chalia. Chalia.
She wants me to go to what mountains?
The Dark Mountain. Located literally in the middle of the known lands. Okay. Alrighty. Well, do we have anything else that you guys need to discuss about? Are you looking for room and board? Because we are out. You'll have to find a tavern or an inn somewhere in town that has room. There are several places that you can go to if you need to look. The sailboats may have some room. You can go check out the White Horseman if you wish. If you want to, you can go check out the Lonely Donkey. That's over by the market. Those are the best ones. The White Horseman's not too fucking great, but it'll do for a place to sleep.
Thank you for your time.
And for your guys, hold on a second, Nernoth. And he kind of looks at you and he says, "So you hunt monsters for a living?
Indeed.
You some kind of hunter by chance?" And he kind of
Yes.
raises his eyebrows. Interesting. You know, we have another hunter that is here at the guild. He's not here now, but we do call him the White Wolf. Yes!
Original as fuck.
I had to!
Pray tell.
You know, he is quite an interesting human, but
When do you expect him?
well, he's out hunting right now. I think he'll be back in a few weeks, perhaps sooner. Just when you come in to get your pay, ask me, and I'll let you know if he's stopped in or not.
Very well.
Alrighty.
What I miss, nerds.
Everything. Alright, so that is the end of y'all stuff for right now. Sadistic, Solomon, and Anthony, Antonius, what do you wish to do?
I was looking for a less than healing place.
Okay. So, yeah, so you head to the market after you kind of come out of your trance. And it's all good, Anthony. So you start heading towards the market. As you get to the market, it's pretty packed. There's quite a few vendors there. There's a lot of different options. You kind of, from the layout, your raven kind of leading above you, flying ahead. It leads you to what you were looking for. There's a small elderly lady sitting in front of a cart with all sorts of kind of plant life. And she looks up. Yes? Okay, move on. Are you not gonna buy anything?
Hey, who are we following?
Sadistic. And Solomon, as you go through the market, you find what are you trying? You're trying to find a couple of bags.
Yep, just 2 bags.
What size?
They need to be able to fit, like, let me think here. I need each one to be able to fit a 6-inch Subway sandwich.
Okay. You do find 2
What
bags.
the fuck?
There were three copper pieces apiece.
What would you
wanna-
know about Subway?
No, I'm just giving a size comparison. That was like the closest thing I could think of that would fit what I need them for.
The bags are kind of made out of this coarse cotton linen. They have a little drawstring around them, brownish in color, both of them. They seem somewhat sturdy. They'll be able to hold maybe 4 or 5 pounds a piece inside each one of them, without starting to fray or tear apart.
Nice. Now I want to look around for a tree.
A tree. You won't find any in Hedeby, besides like in the Noble district, which is right by the castle, all those greenhouses, or the castle itself with the garden at the castle.
I'm gonna go ahead and head that way then.
So you want to split from the rest of the party?
Sure. What's the worst that could happen?
Well, I'm trying to keep the parties, just 2 parties going, so that way I don't have to do.
Oh, I'm
Tons.
just gonna go do a simple task.
Okay, so what do you want to do?
I want to go find a tree, take the dirt, and fill the bags with dirt.
Simple enough. You go. You can head off and go do that.
What are you up to?
Okay. You guys are now here. So, sadistic. Uh, what is it that you want to do?
Looking for recipes.
For healing,
Poison.
poison. Um. So, do you want to ask the old lady with the herb cart? So, ask her. What are you looking for?
Do you have any recipes of the dark variety?
Of the dark variety. What are you looking to do?
Had a good time. Don't turn it into a bad time.
Hurt.
Hurt? Well, she kind of glances left and right to see if there's anybody trying to overhear. Well, I could perhaps help you. What talents do you have? What do you know how to do?
Not sure how to answer that.
You probably know basic poisoning, which is basically just a 1d4. You can pretty much with your poisoner's kit, you can brew up a simple potion with the few leaves and ingredients that you do carry. But that's about the extent of what you have. You would have to go buy components to be able to do more powerful stuff. But your knowledge right now is basic.
Wolf's Bane.
Wolf's Bane? Are you looking to see what you can do with Wolf's Bane?
How to make it.
How to make it? Well, you do know that Wolf's Bane is a flower, right?
Monk's Hood.
So, some of the potions that you can create. Oh, damn, there's a spell.
I'm also versed in spells.
Well, she wouldn't know this one. It's a level 3.
Oh, damn.
Sorry! She says, well, with Wolf's Bane, you can add Wolf's Bane and the liver of a frog together, mash it up. She kind of puts her hands in a mashing sort of sense. Add some fine wine to it, and you have created a toxin that will put somebody to sleep. This is homebrew. I don't fucking care what you guys say.
It's a neurotoxin, bro.
Huh?
It's a neurotoxin.
You
It's
don't
a
know what
deadly
a
neurotoxin.
You don't know what a neurotoxin is?
Huh?
Oh, bud.
Are you asking me?
No, whoever asked what a neurotoxin is.
Yeah, who the fuck asked that? Was that you, Jordan?
No, I said it is. Wolf's Bane is a neurotoxin.
It's a deadly neurotoxin.
Oh, it's Justin. So now you have a recipe for a basic sleeping potion, or a sleeping poison of a sort. You can feed it to somebody, and they will fall asleep for 30 minutes.
Cool.
But the real question is, will it keep them asleep all night and they'll wake up feeling well rested?
Maybe.
You just invented Z-Quill?
She invented ZQuil. She just doesn't have the smarts to patent it yet. Okay. That is pretty much what I have. I do have some Wolves Bane if you wish to purchase. It is 5 copper for
Sure.
a handful. And she hands you 5 leaves of Wolves Bane. Do you wish for any healing herbs?
Nah.
We are called Herbalife.
Why did I go to her?
Huh?
Why did I go to her?
You needed that life of herbs.
Yep. No, so you're done buying from her?
Yeah.
Okay. And Anthony, I guess you're not coming back. So you're just walking around playing your lute, singing to the pretty girls as they walk by. So, okay. So, are y'all done?
I need my dirt.
You got your dirt.
Nice. I want to take the 2 bags of dirt back with me and rejoin the others.
Okay. They haven't left the marketplace yet. They're still kind of walking around. You find Anthony easy enough because he's singing very loudly to this little plumper, gnomish looking girl. She's a little chunkier, bigger in the chest, kind of spilling out.
Nice.
And he's kind of got his leg up on the side of her and just looking into her, singing.
Good job, man.
I also want to walk uncomfortably close to them and just take my bags out and just stuff my feet in them.
And some of the people walking by you kind of look at you and kind of give you your distance.
That reminds me, I've been barefoot this entire time. So
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And
I just stuff my feet into the bags of dirt and just wiggle around and go, that's better.
Yeah, you've been walking on cobblestone pretty much the entire time since you got into the city. So, okay. So, if you guys are done there, what is your plan going forward? You guys didn't pick a place where you were going to meet or how you were going to get in touch with each other. So,
I don't really care.
I'm heading back to the blacksmith district.
okay.
I'm going to go ahead and use my wild shape and switch into a dog.
In the open.
Yes.
Okay. So
Jesus help.
so you change into a dog, and Sadistic, you notice a couple of mercenary-looking guys kind of stop and look and start walking over to the dog.
I'm just gonna keep walking.
Anthony kind of stops playing his lute and turns around and says, "Yes, how can I help you?" Should I do that other voice that Anthony likes? Hey guys!
Oh my God.
What the fuck?
What's going on? I love cocaine. And they kind of stop. Hey, we saw you using magic, and you don't have Mercenaries Guild symbol on it. And Anthony says, "It's okay. Don't worry about it." And he pulls out the letter to the king. "We got free reign here, bitch." And
As they're talking, I'm just going to be running off at full sprint as a dog.
yeah, are you following Sadistic as he starts going through the crowd?
No, I'm smelling for, what was it? Who's all in the other group?
Nernoth and Kratos, or Cray.
I'm going to go ahead and try to sniff out for them.
Roll an investigation check.
Wouldn't it be perception? Also, if it's with a if I am a dog, then I'd get their beast sense, which means using smell, I'd get advantage if I remember correctly. Let me look up the dog statistics to be exact. Dog.
You're a dog?
Yeah, I said I switched into a dog.
He can change into a dog.
There's only statistics for wild dog, but this is what I'm talking about right here. That's in their sheet. 1 second here.
Okay.
This is what I'm talking about.
Okay. Roll a perception with advantage.
Nice. Advantage perception.
Yeah.
Coming for that ass.
So yeah, as you mingle through, you can hear Antonius. He's done. The mercenary guild guys start walking off, and he starts trying to follow you through the crowd. Easily enough, actually, even though there's a menagerie of smells, you can smell bread, shit, fucking
Nice.
this ocean, all these different scents from people. You do pick up Nernoth's kind of distinct smell. He smells a little different from when you've turned into a bear and a rat before. He does have a different smell that you are able to pick up.
Does he
and
still have his sock bags on?
yeah,
You know, actually, one of the rules of Wild Shape is I can choose for my gear to transform to still fit me. So yeah, I'm just gonna have 4 little tiny bags on my feet.
Well, it would only be 2, but yeah, they transform with you.
It transforms to fit whatever my new form is. One of the
Right,
deals
but
you can have for Wild Shape.
yeah, you only have 2 bags, and they were on 2 of your feet, not your hands and your feet. So
I only have my 2 bags. Feels bad.
So yeah, your back 2 feet are in the bags, and your front 2 are open paws. And people are kind of staring at you as you run by
I just
them.
realized they're watching a dog covered in moss with little bags on its back
Yeah,
feet. Just
you are the
running by.
strangest thing that they've seen.
Oh god, am I
in a
still
long
wearing the
time.
animal skull?
Yes, you would be
What?
if you transformed it with you.
Nice.
Demon dog! Demon dog! So you start making it through the crowd. Sadistic, you see this odd-shaped dog, which you can surmise is Solomon, with the moss because of his other animal transformations that he's had. He's kind of, every time he transforms, he has patches of moss all over him. The very distinguished animal skull that he wears on his head is on the head of the dog, and he's got 2 bags, brown bags on his 2 back feet. And as he's running, sometimes his leg will start kicking out. You know how the dogs who have socks on their feet, it starts kicking out sometimes. Like the actual animal part of him is realizing this stuff on his paws.
This was a mistake.
So, and then Antonius is following the dog as well. Are you following them now?
Yeah, to the blacksmiths.
Okay, so you guys head to the blacksmith. So that's where we're going to cut you off. Nernoth and Cray, what are y'all doing? As you leave the Mercenaries Guild with your patches, y'all are attaching them to your clothes so they can be seen. Okay.
Very good.
What do y'all want to do?
Walk towards the marketplace.
Search for these people so we can tell them about our endeavors.
Okay, so as you start
We
heading
have
down,
quests and work.
all right. So now you guys meet. Y'all meet in front of the military district, in front of the same administration buildings that guys had walked by before. Well, actually, you would meet in front of the blacksmith shop. And you notice this green dog covered in moss with this skull helmet, and he's kind of looking at you, Nernoth, with these big old eyes, and his tongue's hanging out and his tail's wagging.
Immediately start petting the dog.
Immediately. Do you allow him to pet you, Solomon?
Well, I don't know. That's sexual assault.
Don't
So
worry, you'll like.
he's cupping you
Me
while he's
too.
petting you.
Oh god.
Lots of belly rubs.
While he's petting me, I'm just gonna transform back into normal.
Red Rocket. Red Rocket.
Yeah, so you bend over, start petting this dog, and then and Solomon's kind of kneeling down looking at you like, all right, you can fucking stop. Okay, so now you guys are back together. Jules has not returned yet, so okay, what do y'all are back together, so
I
I'd
explained
like
to
to
them.
go to the
I explained to them the quest that we were given by the guild dude for
okay,
the pirate lady.
okay.
Yo, guys, we gotta go swashbuckling right quick, and we got a bounty for this bitch that's been flying on the open seas for 500 gold for her, and it also said that for every goblin, and orc, ear, or nose that we bring back, we get 10 gold each. Seems pretty lucrative.
Seems pretty time consuming for the scratch.
Yeah, but I was thinking, you know, she's a pirate, right? So she's got to have loot on her ship, and the bounty doesn't really say that we have to return it.
Booty.
Maybe we should prioritize time versus money.
But we don't have a lot of money. I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. If no one wants to do it, that's fine.
I mean, we could always just sell good berries.
How many good berries you get?
Time for what?
Let's see, how many good berries can I possibly
What are you
make?
in a hurry to do, thief?
You
I
can
can
make like
40 good berries.
40, yeah.
What is that, 40 copper?
Yes.
I asked Jarrett's character a question.
Well,
I deserve an answer of some sort.
yep, he sure did.
I missed it.
Yeah, re say it.
I said, what are you in such a hurry to do, thief?
Spend my money?
Fucking thief.
All right, you now have the quest for the pirate Sheila. Oh, let me add a.
You guys
picture.
not gonna tell us about the murderer rampaging through the streets? Just
No,
curious.
There's
that-
a murderer rampaging through the streets.
No, calm down, civilians. It's all under control.
I shared all of my quests with you.
Oh,
Let's just let that be understood.
the pirate Shira.
There we go. Now you have a picture of her.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
Jeez.
Sus.
Okay. Are y'all done talking to each other? I mean, Jesus Christ, y'all,
Yes.
y'all haven't explained what you want to do, where you're gonna
That's like
go.
what I want to do.
Well, we have 2 days before my armor's ready, and I obviously can't go on a mission without my armor, so I guess we have time to kill. The thief can go spend his money.
I guess I'll go on patrol as a cop.
No, that's cool. I'll just lug this 300 gold around.
Very well. That sounds like a fantastic idea.
I'm just gonna wander the city.
So y'all are all just gonna disperse.
All right, gang, let's split up.
And that is the end of the campaign. Good job, guys! You made it!
Good job, guys.
We saved the city.
Alright.
Wait, you mean end of campaign? Like there's no more written, or
No, there's a ton written. I'm just fucking with you because y'all are all splitting apart. You're all gonna go do some personal bullshit.
Mundane.
I didn't say anything about going and doing personal bullshit.
I was just gonna aimlessly wander.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying, Justin. Is everybody is gonna try to go do their own thing, and how are you guys going to contact each other? How are you guys going to pursue any further quests or anything like that?
We should probably set a meeting place.
I suggest we meet. I suggest we meet at the guild hall.
What, guild hall?
The one that me and him joined.
Yeah, the rest
Where?
the rest
The
of y'all haven't
servants of
shown haven't.
Citizens of Sargonis. They were expecting us.
Remember the gay knight told us about it all?
Oh.
Yeah, it's not like you guys. Your
Fine, let's go
character
get our
doesn't know.
patches. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
Okay.
Go get a patch. Yeah.
So the rest of you guys want to go get your patches?
We can join the guys to go get their patches, and then I suggest that we go to see the coroner.
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm putting the last one. All right, we're gonna take a 10-minute break right here before we start jumping into anything else. So 10 minutes, come back, and then we'll continue the storyline. You guys will be able to get your patches, and then you guys can go on from there.
Nice.
So. Alright, now all 3 quests are in there.
Oh, don't worry, I can quiet those villagers one way or another.
My God, I have so much gas. Pizza has made me farty.
Nice. Wait, you had pizza?
Oh yeah, I fucking had pizza. Why, you
I had a-
jelly?
I had a Lunchable, and then I passed out.
Alright, and there's the other quest that you got, Justin. I can't believe fucking Anthony left. Piece of shit.
Why you leave?
Him and Tracy are talking. I'm gonna go get some more beer and be right back.
See how many levels until I can transform into a. Let me see here. Wild. Oh, let me look here. Fuck, 4 more levels until I can actually use my wild shape to do good things.
As opposed to bad things?
Well, right now I can't transform into a creature that can fly
Then why the fuck not?
because it's one of the restrictions. So whenever I first get wild shape, I think I can only turn into a creature with a 4th critical rating. Then once I get my first wild shape improvement, I can now transform into a creature that has a swimming speed as well and half critical. And then once I get 8th level, I can turn into a creature that can fly, and I get to it has a critical rating of run, or challenge rating, not critical rating. I'm talking about. Now, if I was the circle of the moon druid, then I could already be a dire wolf at level 1 or level 3, I think. Or level 1 maybe. I can't remember. Wild shaped druids are basically just furries, though.
Ain't nothing wrong with a furry, except that there's something wrong with everything about them.
Yeah. Every day
Fucking
we drift
furries,
further
man.
from God's light. Toodle.
Toodles.
Toodaloo. Mm. Nobody's gonna lay a finger on my good berry.
On your Butterfinger?
No, my good
You
berry.
got a Butterfinger and you didn't fucking say anything about it? I would rather have one of those than a fucking Goodberry.
Come on, dude, it's a good berry. A Butterfinger may
Selfish
feed
piece
your
of shit.
soul, but a good berry will feed your body for at least a whole day.
You're a selfish asshat, and I want you
What-
to know it.
Would you rather die happy or someone to prolong your inevitable death by another day?
Well, I mean, I really wanted a damn Butterfinger, but whatever.
Nobody's gonna lay a finger on my Butterfinger.
God, that really takes me back. God, we are so old. What the fuck?
I know, man. Fuck you guys.
I was about to say, aren't you just 30? It's not too old.
Okay, honey.
Just 30. Good one.
This guy got jokes.
I was about to say, what is the average lifespan for someone in America? Like 70 something?
Probably.
For now.
For now.
Until the nuke goes off, and it's gonna drop pretty substantially.
All you need to do is put a couple of levels in the druid so you can get timeless body. It's actually one of the abilities they get. They age for like a tenth of normal speed. That's why all the master druids that you find are fucking old as shit.
Mm-hmm.
Druid power.
I don't care how old I get. I really wish I didn't have to sleep. It's such a stupid waste.
Yeah,
of time.
sleep is a waste of time.
Then you need to put levels into a warlock. I think that's actually an ability they get. There's what is it? The warlock of the Great Old One, I think. They stop sleeping. You know.
Right.
I have no idea.
Oh, that's right. They get their creepy Book of Shadows, and if they take the Book of Shadows, they can then later on choose to never have to sleep again.
Who?
Warlocks. They get, what is it? They get a packed boon, and they choose between 3 different things, and one of those things is a Book of Shadows. And then you know how when they level up, they get invocations
Mm-hmm.
that they choose from and swap out.
Mm-hmm.
One of those is the ability to never have to sleep again, but you have to had taken the Book of Shadows to get it.
Mm.
But instead of sleeping, you just study your Book of Shadows.
Okay.
So you know you never go to sleep though.
Mm-hmm. Are you the only one here?
Am I?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I'm here.
I'm listening. I just had to tuck in Tyler.
I'm
and
here.
my cat somehow managed to get shit all over her collar.
Nice.
Very good. It's a good cat.
Just tell the cat to transform back into a
Give me your
druid.
paws, you nasty ass. No. You quit fighting me, kitty.
So I guess Anthony's gone. Not coming back.
He's gone, but not
I haven't
forgotten.
heard from him in a minute.
Why'd he leave?
But him and
Just taking
I
care of
asked him
family
this
stuff.
yeah, he's got family shit going on. So
You're welcome, honey.
I'll
love you.
continue to play Antonius.
Nice.
You're doing well. I like the voice. I'm trying to play my guy in character. I haven't exactly decided what I want his voice to sound like yet.
I think it's going great. I'm loving it. I'm glad you are.
I've always wanted to be a voice actor, but I don't know what voices I want to do.
Don't worry. I'll forget everything that I've done and make it different the next time. Except for the D'Artagnan guy. I think I'll remember that guy.
Hey guys, I'm so gay.
Who wants butt sex?
I'll take
Butterfingers.
two.
This is why you spend so much time in the forest alone. When you come back to the city and you remember why you left in the first place.
Oh God.
And we're turning this bus right around.
How much longer is left of our break?
Well, if everybody's here, we can kick it up.
I think Cotton and Jared are still going.
Just said I was here.
Like,
Yeah, Cotton's here.
I was gonna say Cotton's here.
No, I didn't hear him.
He's so quiet.
accomplishing tasks.
Suck my dick.
Who was it?
Scaly ass fucking armor 18 dick.
It's actually 19, but yes.
Oof.
Hey, I changed yours, by the way, Nernoth. I unequipped your scale mail. So, it's gone. You have an armor class of what it is now.
Naked ass motherfucker wearing fucking assless chaps and shit.
He's got a shirt on.
I hate people say assless chaps. All chaps are assless. They're assless in nature. Chaps just cover the sides of their legs.
It's within their nature.
Sometimes it's important to point out the assless part.
I just realized I could turn into a scorpion and kill someone.
Well, they're meant to go on over your jeans. So what the thing is people
ass
that wear
scorpion?
chaps without anything underneath them is when.
Maybe crawl up their ass.
No, I just sting them and then just turn back into a person and go, oh my, oh mo, shinderu.
I only say that because I actually own a pair of chaps.
She
with my
did
leather gear for my
Yeah.
motorcycle.
A scorpion's attack does 1d1 piercing damage.
That's nothing.
It doesn't inject them with enough venom to kill them.
No.
What?
Weak ass scorpions.
Plus they get a saving throw. So
Too bad I can't just turn into a swarm.
They get a saving
Right.
throw?
The rules are unclear
To
if
the
you could
poison.
transform into a swarm of insects, but I'm pretty sure if you did that, your mind would just shatter.
Yeah, you would never be able to transform back.
I don't know, because you literally, your mind would just split into however many pieces are a part of the swarm.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You lose a couple.
What if
of
you're
them.
like a hive mind?
Then
I feel
maybe,
like that's
I
how
guess.
my brain works already. It's
Hey,
like,
maybe you're a swarm of hive-minded
don't
fucking
agree.
bugs.
Also, if even one bug dies, it'll transform back into whatever piece of you that was.
No, okay, I could see a downside to that.
Yeah. Just like bits of flesh and organs just scattered around.
Yeah.
You swat around us.
You run around collecting them like Zach. Put that back on.
And this is starting to sound like a bad idea.
Yeah, it could get
Sounds
really
like a
fucking
fun
Lovecraftian real fast.
if the remaining swarm eats the pieces of you, does it put you back together when you transform back?
I have
No.
no
Gain the
idea.
lion's courage when you eat his heart.
I'm scared to try that though.
Is it technically cannibalism?
I think you should probably try.
It's more self mutilation than anything else.
Yeah.
Oh, let's not try to transform into a swarm of something.
I don't know. I'd bet 5 gold pieces on it. So I mean, if you want to try,
Oh, good.
I
I think the most I'd ever do is try to transform maybe into 2 of something, but even then, I feel like that would just end horribly.
It would if one of them died. You would lose half of your mind.
Yep.
So,
Even Ezekiel knows that.
all right, y'all ready? Y'all
Yes.
ready to keep it going?
sure.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys want to head back or head to the Mercenaries Guild so everybody can have a patch to be able to open carry, no questions asked. You guys head down same military path, go to the same building. As you guys go in, Rasprax is not there, and the human in the King's Guard from earlier, Nernoth and Cray. They seem to have left, but Prey is standing there, kind of looking over the map, and he looks up and yes, y'all are back. It looks like you got some friends. How can I help?
Need one of them patches.
Okay, y'all want to join the Mercenaries Guild, or the Citizens of Sargonis, as we are formally called?
What's it cost?
Does not cost anything. These are cheap patches.
Cost your soul.
But we pay you 10 silver a week. Basically a gold coin a week to police and help the King's Guard keep the peace. We do have some quests on the walls that you guys can go check it out. And there are payouts for those individual quests that you can go.
I'm gonna go ahead and have to decline my patch.
No patch for you, okay? But you're
patch.
carrying the quarterstaff, right?
Yep.
Yeah. If you don't do it, you're gonna have to put away the quarterstaff somehow.
Yeah, I mean it's a piece of fucking wood. So.
Well, is it just a piece of wood, like a walking stick type?
Basically, the only reason why it's even strong is because I can use my cantrip to turn it into a force of literal nature.
Okay, if that's what it looks like, then you won't need a patch. But you're not carrying any other open weapons, right?
No. The only other weapon I have is, let me see here. Let me look at my inventory real fast. I don't even think I have anything else. I have a tinder box.
Okay.
That's about it.
Yeah. You'll be fine.
Nice.
So
now what they don't know is I'm carrying my butter knife for my musket and I'm gonna stab into their necks.
Alright, so now everybody that does have weapons now has a patch of the Citizens of Sargonis.
I'm gonna put the patch in like the fold of my cloak.
So not open.
Not open.
Okay.
So I can grab my cloak and flash it if I need to.
Oh, okay, okay. Gotcha. Okay, so you're like a pervert. Gotcha.
I mean, it's fitting. He wanted to fuck the gay guy for his dagger.
That was a sexy dagger, dude.
It was a very sexy dagger. It definitely got you rocking
I just
hard.
can't believe you would put aside your love for women if you had that. For
Did you see the diamonds?
That's so gay. That's so gay.
It's pretty gay, dog.
It's a pretty
Whatever.
fabulous
Not
dagger.
Pay for money, that's cool. Whatever.
So
It's not gay if it's just to get your way. Yeah.
That's even worse then.
all
You
right.
said no homo.
So Prey points to the board. The two of you that came in earlier, you already know about what's on the wall. The rest of you can go look at it and
Let's move on.
see what it is. Okay, so you guys leave the merchants, the Citizens of Sargonis headquarters. Where do you wish to go?
Let's find an inn.
Where's the coroner at? How
Corner
much daylight do we have
is
first?
right there. You probably have another 3 hours, 3 to 4
Yeah,
hours,
Let's go visit the coroner.
maybe less.
Maybe
probably
both.
3 hours. Yep.
Let's go visit the
Corner.
coroner.
Let's do it.
Okay. So you guys continue down the path and you head here. So as you
That'll be good in the video.
what? Are you passing objects?
What?
As you guys approach the
Wireless
coroner's
headphones,
office,
baby.
you
I'm scared.
you see a very large, dark wooden building. On the front of it is is a sign that says morgue. The building's fairly large. It is a pretty big city. You don't know if this is the only coroner's office in the town, but depending upon the size of it, you could guess or assume that it is. the only morgue for the location. As you walk into the doors, there's a kind of a table desk where a young lady is sitting there. She's half elf in her features, and she kind of looks up from the paperwork that she was working on and says, "Yes, how may I help you?"
Well,
Okay.
we're looking for the
Let's say,
coroner.
who's our party's face?
Well, I mean,
Who has the highest charisma?
it doesn't matter who has the. You don't know who has the
Whoever
highest
asserts
charisma.
themselves to be in charge.
Yeah, you.
The bard needs to speak for
Nope.
us.
The bard's not speaking.
I
Oh,
just
I'm
said what
Hey,
needed to
wait,
be said.
wait. We don't metagame, so whoever has the highest charisma, you guys don't know who that is. So whoever wants to take lead needs to take lead.
All I know is I am the Lorax and I speak for the trees.
Okay. So how may I help you?
We seek the coroner.
The coroner. Okay. And what business is this? I see that you have a Citizens of Sargonis patch. Are you here for the bodies?
We're here to talk about the Ripper.
Oh, such a beastly name. Okay, if you'll wait patiently here, I will go get the coroner, and he will help you out. So she leaves through the back door. As she kind of opens it, you kind of get a glance into the secondary room. Behind there, there's quite a few what look like wooden tables. Few bodies are on those tables. There's a couple of other assistants kind of wearing the same dark brown clothes that she's wearing. They're tending to the bodies, either cleaning them, and that's the last kind of thing you see as the door closes. You guys stand there in this office. There's pretty plain. It's just her desk, and within a few minutes she returns, but she returns with a young blonde woman, kind of wearing the same brownish clothes. Her hair is curly, blonde. She's very pretty. She's carrying around several parchments in a side satchel and what looks like a book of notes in her right forearm. And she looks up at you guys and she says, "Hi, I'm Lucy."
What race is she?
Human. She says, "Hi, I'm Lucy, and I am the assistant coroner here. Unfortunately, the head coroner is on official business and cannot be reached, so I will take you back to the bodies if you will please follow me." And she turns around and starts walking you through the back door. And as you guys follow her,
Walking us through the back door. Can you describe that?
there are several bodies. There's probably about 10 dead bodies on tables being attended to. Most of them look older, elderly in their race, essentially. She leads you past those and continuing down through some steps to the basement. She does have quite the figure on her. Even though she's modestly dressed, she's not showing a lot of skin. You can tell that she has a body about her.
You're setting an unrealistic expectation of beauty for our youth.
This is all I imagine every time.
She leads you down some stairs into a cellar, and then leads you down another set of stairs to the cellar, to another cellar. She says the ice room is this way. This is where we keep bodies on a colder area so we can preserve them longer for investigations and the like. As she leads you into this darker door and opens it, there's a couple of lamps in the room, so it's not very bright. But you see two bodies in this room. It's very cold. Nernoth, you don't understand the concept of cold. You're just like, this is home. And the rest of you are kind of chilled, especially you, Solomon, since you typically are living in a more southern climate. It's not doesn't get very cold very often.
Southern?
Hmm?
Someone say southern?
Mm-hmm. And so you guys see two bodies laying there. And she says, okay, here they are. Do you have any questions for me?
May we examine the bodies?
You may. Which one would you like to look at first? One is a man by the name of Voltec, and the other one is probably one you are familiar with. He is a part of the Citizens of Zergonis. This is Michael. Which one would you like to look at first?
One we don't know. Vortex.
Voltec?
Voltec, Colin.
Okay.
Volpix.
So she pulls the sheet off of him, and he is human. Kind of bigger in the belly. He does have a couple of tattoos on him from what your initial viewing is. But his body is kind of grayish in color, and well, let me finish. Let me finish describing him, and then we'll get into it. His body is kind of grayish in color, and he has a look on his face of pure and utter terror. But that's as far as you can surmise without actually jumping into the body. Now, what do you want to do, Sadistic?
I want to ask her if any of the tattoos match.
Well, ask her.
Any of the tattoos match.
Just ask her if the carpets match the drapes.
They possibly. He has one here, and she points kind of with a pencil on his left shoulder, and she said he has one here, and he has one, and she kind of picks up his shoulder right here on the back, and they are of the one on his left shoulder is of a deer fucking a squirrel, and it's a pretty lewd tattoo, and then the one on the back is a bear getting a blowjob from a snake. So the snake's kind of like stretched out.
Nice. That's really, see, he's a man of culture as well.
They are very similar.
So I mean, you could say so. I mean, it's kind of strange to me that a man of the cloth would have such vile tattoos, but I am not one to judge.
Everyone's got a past.
As far as we can tell, he has no blood in him. He does have a few marks on his neck area. We do not know if that is what killed him or not. There are a few cuts along his belly, and she starts.
Hey guys, let's go chase the pirate.
Oh yeah. Now you want to chase the pirate?
Do we have a paladin?
We do.
All right, we're good. Unless he's a paladin, an oathbreaker, then we might be fucked.
Y'all don't know what the fuck it is.
Can I run a medicine check just to examine the body?
You can roll a medicine check.
Nice.
Yep. So you do notice what look like are a couple puncture marks on the neck area, and then there's some claw marks where his skin has kind of been flayed in his belly area, and on his legs and arms, kind of where, from what you can tell, him putting his arms up to try to defend himself. But it doesn't really look like anything would have killed him.
Can I do an Arcana check?
Yep, you can do an Arcana check.
If I had described to him, what was it? What marks it has and reaffirm, could he make that check with advantage?
Yeah. You can roll it again. Sadistic. You can roll your Arcana check again. He's kind of trying to help you.
Okay.
So sadistic, from your limited travels that you have done since you left your homeland, you have heard about some creatures that could drain people of their life force. There's several different names that you can remember. Some have been called Shadow, some have been called Geist, some have been called Vampire. But as far as the vampire goes, you have actually, it's kind of a newer thing, so you're not too sure about it.
Can I do a religion check?
I'm gonna say the Arcana check is the one that you'll be able to do.
Alright.
I mean, it depends on what religion.
Yeah. Everybody else, what do y'all want to do? Cray, you are there. Antonius is kind of hanging out in the background. He's not going to do much. Nernoth, you are there.
I also have a pretty high Arcana. Would I know of what could do something like this?
You can roll a histories check. Because it may pertain more to what you've came from a long time ago. Okay? Cray, what are you doing? And I'll get back to you, Nernoth.
Sitting back with Artonius.
Hanging back with Antonius. Okay. Yeah. So you, from your past experiences, you have heard of creatures that drain beings.
Would I know of like their strengths or weaknesses at all?
You know that they need to feed to survive. But with the 16, you really don't know much to their strengths and weaknesses. You do know that they have some otherworldly powers that either devils from the Nine Hells or demons from the Abyss have both blessed followers with the same kind of quote-unquote blessing, is what you would consider it. But you've not personally dealt with something like that.
Okay, that's cool. Good. That's good.
Okay. So she says yes to you, Solomon, as you're naming off. She says, I do have a autopsy report I can give you that I've written. So now it's in your journal.
Nice. Let me take a look at this. Let me take a little look-sees.
And then she gives another autopsy report. And this one is for Michael. Same thing. He has same kind of scarring there's some of the same similarities in the puncture wounds, but
How many puncture wounds are there?
there's probably. Do you want to see for yourself on the body, or are you asking her?
Yeah.
Yeah, what? Which one?
I wanna look at it, I guess.
Okay. Roll an investigation.
We're gonna fucking fuck this up.
That's pretty good. You find about 12 bite marks, what look like bite marks, puncture wounds, on his body.
It's a protean hydra, guys. I don't actually know.
So but as far as y'all can tell, both bodies look kind of the same. They're both grayish in color, both look of horrors, no blood in them. The organs inside of them have kind of shriveled up if you open the body, and she had already opened the body, which is a typical autopsy thing to do, and so the organs inside of them have been shriveled up. She says, I don't know about this. There's been 3 other killings before this that are kind of similar, but I can give you their autopsy reports if you wish.
Nice. Let's go ahead and see those.
Okay. And so she hands out the other ones.
Do they all say the same thing?
You can read them.
Are these going to everybody?
Yeah, in your journal, everybody should have them.
I don't have them.
Yeah, I don't have them.
Oh, hold on.
I trusted you.
Okay. So
there we
there's one. I don't know why it didn't go to everybody.
What day is it in game right now?
It is. Hold on. I gotta find my note. It's the 12th of April.
Okay. Well, on the bright side, out of character, it's not a full-fledged vampire.
You don't know if it's a vampire, actually.
True, but out of character, it's probably a vampire spawn based on the fact that there's not vampires running around everywhere, or that the gravedigger is not dead yet.
Okay, so you should have 3 so far. Do y'all have Voltect as well?
No. Oh, I just realized that one of the bodies was found by a Huxpy, and then the next autopsy is for Huxpy. Oof.
Okay, so now you should have Voltect and the last one. Okay. So now you guys should have everything.
Are these ordered in order of when they happened?
No, probably not. The first one is the unknown half elf. By dates, there should be dates on there, kind of showing a timeline. The second one is Kathor. The next one is Huxpy. The next one is Voltect, and the last one is Michael.
Is there any pattern to when the bodies or where the bodies were found?
Well, look at your notes. There, it should be explained in the autopsies when they were found or when they were brought in. And if you're saying that in character out loud, she says it's kind of hard to determine time of death when they've been drained of everything.
No, location.
Location wise, well, I put it in the autopsy reports who found them. So that way, if anybody investigated, they could go talk to those people.
Let's see here.
She says, do you guys have any more questions for me?
I don't have any more questions for her. Do you guys?
No.
Okay. She says, I'm sorry that the head coroner couldn't make it. He is a very busy man. If you do find anything, you are more than welcome to come back here, and I will transcribe it onto their autopsies, or I can make notes for you if you come back and talk to me. But since the coroner's typically out, and there's quite a large city, and we are the only morgue, I do have a lot of work, typically. And so if you guys are done, she will usher you out of the room, back up the 2 stairwells, and out to the courtyard to the front. And she says, we are open 24 hours a day. I am typically only here during the daylight. So please come and see me if you have any further questions. And she turns around and walks away.
Am I the only one that notices a pattern in these deaths? Think about it. We start off with a half
Yeah,
elf
you're the only one.
who, what was it? He seems pretty, what was it? No one knows who he is, which means he had no defining features or money, so we can assume he was either a commoner or poor. Then the next person is a random tabaxi who was just found dead. And again, doesn't really seem to have any money or anything like that. Then it's the person that found him is then killed. And then a priest of Palor is killed in their home. And then a mercenary guild victim is killed. Whoever's doing this killing, it looks like they started out targeting random people on the street. Then they targeted, then it looked like they were trying to cover their tracks. Which means Huxby might have seen something, and then after that, it looks like they were just escalating to people of more and more importance.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Which means they could have either been covering their tracks, or they could have been getting more bolder.
So we should investigate the first murder.
If it's a cannibal, then it looks like they're just going for higher quality meat, if you know what I'm saying.
Okay. Well, actually, we actually hit our 3-hour mark, and I'm going to call it a night. So that way, next week we can continue. If you guys want to continue the investigation or do one of the other quests. But we've been playing for 3 hours now.
Nice.
And we've gotten pretty far. Done a lot of cool shit. So, yeah.
I got my shoes. That's all that matters. And I can comfortably walk in the city.
So, is that good? Good with everybody? We'll pick this up next week since Anthony bounced out because of family stuff, and then Kevin can miraculously appear next time.
Just in the nick of time.
Just in the nick of time.
On Jacob's
pretty good news.
Adventures.
Just does the whole kept you waiting, huh?